Light that up. Slim. Why you acting like
What up, what up? This your boy G, your brother, your friend.
And this is your boy Haz, your neighbor.
Welcome to another episode of Cut Different. Thank y'all for following us. Thank y'all for supporting us. And remember, we're on Spotify, YouTube, and all social media platforms. You can hashtag Cut Different or just look up Cut Different. You'll find us.
And please subscribe to YouTube. Please subscribe. You'll definitely find us.
Share.
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 And thank everyone for supporting us.
Tell all the fellas you know, tell ladies, tell all the men in your life. This is a conversation. This is like a man's cave on the internet, on a podcast. We're going to have real, raw conversations, uncut, every time.
Cut different. Every time. You never sit down to get the same cut when you go to the barbershop. It's always different. It might be similar, but it's different.
Always different.
So,
and each of us have, you know, when you call yourself a man, you're separating yourself from the boys.
True, indeed.
You are indeed cut different.
True, indeed.
So, with that being said, we got some comments on our videos. We got old Megatron said something.
Thank you, Megatron.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Big up to that voting. That's how he feel about it. And I want to be clear about this is not a show against voting. We don't both have the same views on voting. I have my stance, and has his stance.
Yes, we definitely do. And I encourage everybody to vote. I don't care who you vote for, but just vote. Our ancestors fought for this. Exercise your rights.
Yes. Yes, Cortez and Cedric Banks. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you. Thank you.
They had some good comments on the last episode, too. But they all pretty much saying the same, that we got a Chicago listener that said he locked in. He's listening.
I like that.
Yeah.
And we need that. Great energy.
Yeah. And this is just the beginning, guys. We're going to get greater. We're going to get greater. We're going to get greater.
Yes, we are.
So, with that being said, let's roll out into our topic this week.
It's a good one. It's a goodie.
Yes.
I love it.
In 2020, year of COVID. Year of COVID. I ain't gonna
say it, nigga.
I'm a Christian.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't talk like that in public.
COVID, we got the pandemic.
I'm gonna do it like the school teacher, MF and COVID.
MF and COVID and presidential election.
We
got a lot going on in 2020.
A lot going on.
This was not a good year. It was a good year because we weathered the storm. But it's been trying. Can I say that?
If you can hear this episode, it's been good enough.
Good enough.
It's been good enough.
Good enough.
So, with that being said, with all this going on, in 2020, year of COVID, elections, loss, it's a lot of breakups.
Lives lost, breakups.
Lives lost, death.
Death. Oof.
In this year, do men still consider getting married? Why do men get married now? Why would they get married?
My answer to that?
Yes. Is that still something we want to do?
It depends. I mean, like...
Well, you the resident marital expert. I said that pretty clean right there. Marital expert. That should be on your door.
That should be on my door? You know what's on my door? I ain't gonna tell you. Anyway.
GTD.
If men decide in 2020 to get married, would it be smart? Why would they do it? And what's the reason behind doing it?
Yeah. Is it love? Is it sex?
Is it lust?
Is it
trying to build your relationship with God and do God's will?
Yeah, that's important.
That's very important.
Better to marry than to burn.
Ooh, talk. That's scripture. Mm-hmm. That's scripture right there. It's better to marry than to burn. And that's why I said...
Financial help.
Financial help, stability, yeah, right. Because a lot of men, man, we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. A little bit of help, you know, even if it's not financially. But just, I'm speaking for myself, man. I've been married going on 3 years, and I don't know when the last time I washed a dish or washed clothes. That helped me out because come home, you tired, you know what I mean? So you have somebody to help you out.
I hear you. I'm a little bit jealous, but go ahead.
I don't know when the last time I cooked. wash clothes or wash the dish or vacuum or dust.
You don't cook?
I love every once in a while I do for my wife. If she says, "Babe, I don't feel like cooking tonight," because we're expecting another baby, of course, so there's morning sickness and all that. So if she don't feel like doing it, yeah, I'm
see
there.
My face. This the jealous face.
It shouldn't be.
But go ahead,
because you got your pros and your cons with their marriage life.
What's the pros? What's
the pros? The good part of
it? Tell us all the pros.
The good part of it is that you always have somebody there on your side, no matter what. That's gonna ride for you.
Oh,
that's gonna ride for you.
Oh.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it.
I'm just saying, man. That was just...
yeah. Whether right or wrong, having somebody there for you is good, man. And, somebody to keep you balanced, too, because you make the wrong decision or about to make the wrong decision, and you got somebody that's there for you, that love you and care for you, they're going to tell you.
I love black love.
I love it too, man.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And but you got to support marriage too. If you're a friend of somebody that's married, you always got to be pro-marriage for them. That's an uphill battle some days.
But the best part of it, though? The covenant that you built with God.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it. That's the best part of it. Because it's like, I didn't get married because I had the money too, and we had this big voluptuous wedding and honeymoon and all that. I got married because it was the right thing to do. I wanted to be pleasing to God, not everybody else. You get what I'm saying? And that's when I start seeing a lot of my blessings. But a lot of people don't look at marriage that way, especially in 2020, man. Especially in 2020. They don't look at it as that, as far as God. Some people get married for the wrong reasons. And being married to the wrong woman, woo, that could be like being in prison, man.
The Bible says a man would rather sleep on a rooftop than
More
live
scripture.
in a house with a contentious woman.
More scripture, and that's fact.
And that's deep
that's
in
fact.
itself.
That's fact.
Like, how could you want to live in a house with a woman that's arguing every time you came home from a 10-hour shift, 12-hour shift? This guy's working 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
You think I want to come home to that?
Well, I'm married. You were married.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, since you heard the good things about marriage, I want to ask you the bad things about marriage, which caused you, obviously, to not be married now. So.
Love. Not having love in a marriage, like real love.
Genuine love.
That's like a backpack of bricks that you carry every day. When you don't have that sense of, I care whether you eat. I care how your day was when I asked. Not just being mechanical about it. You know what I mean?
I understand.
And wanting to give you sex not out of chore, but out of, I want to feel you. I want to be that close to you. And when you don't have that, and there's some other examples, but when you don't have that, that's that backpack. That's that backpack of bricks. It takes a toll on you.
I get it. So why did you get married, if you don't mind me asking you that?
I got married because of my child. I was a single parent 2 years in, and looking at her, I got a little emotional. Got a little bit emotional.
It's okay. It's okay.
I felt like I wanted to give my daughter something I didn't have. I wanted her to have everything she needed to grow properly. In my mind at the time, I felt like she needed, and I still do feel like she need a mother. She need her mother in the house.
It's understandable.
So with that, with thinking that way, it made me go ahead and have a conversation with her mother about, let's just give her, even though we out here wilding, let's give her something that she needs. It's not about us no more.
Give her a chance.
Yeah.
Let her get a chance to get something that we didn't get.
Yeah.
I get it.
And ultimately it didn't work out, but I tried.
You learned a lot.
I
learned a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure, because me being married going on 3 years, I learned a lot. And even with my past relationships, I'm from Jersey. It's different up north, but
how is it different up north with marriage?
Because it's a culture thing. Like, you're from Florida, correct?
Yeah.
Your wife, your ex-wife is from Philly.
Yeah.
Y'all got two different things, like two different musics y'all listen to. Y'all eat food different. Y'all gonna dress different. Y'all gonna pronounce words different.
Because up north, y'all eat a lot of snack food. Down here,
Don't
we
worry
like to
about
put
that.
something on your ribs.
The bodega's popping.
We like to put meat on your ribs.
But listen, we can go to the bodega, get a cheesesteak, fries, a white T-shirt, and a mop.
See, down here, we like collard green, grits, fried chicken.
Right.
You know what I mean? That good Sunday meal. That good
I like
home-cooked food.
I like that, too. We like that, too. You know, just on Sundays, though. Y'all want to do that every day. We can't do that shit every day. But as far as, you know, the marriage thing, I think it's a good thing. It's what you put into it and what you're looking for. Because...
What should they be looking for? A man.
A man should be looking for a woman to follow his lead because he's the head. So he knows, you know, he knows which path he's going.
So I'm going to throw out another scripture.
Go ahead.
So you know before the scripture that says a wife is supposed to be submissive to the husband?
Correct.
Right before that verse, there's a verse that say we ought to submit ourselves unto each other.
Because it's submission.
Yes.
It's submission from both ways. Because
Jesus washed feet.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Jesus.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because as a man, you're the head. You get what I'm saying? You can be submissive too because
CEO of the household.
There you go. You see a lot of temptation. You see a lot of negativity. The devil's running rampant. And for you to give up everything that you like and used to in the world to focus on a woman that you love to marry, you have to be submissive. You have to give up all that. Like you might see something that's better than than your wife.
Yeah.
You might.
Yeah. But whatever she wearing, hey, I can go buy my wife that same outfit.
Same thing.
I can buy her those shoes.
Right.
I can get her hair done that way. I can buy her that outfit.
And you have to be submissive too. As when she tell you, look, I don't want you looking at that over there. That ain't no good. Look at this. She has to have some kind of...
That's being respectful, though.
It's being respectful, but she has to have a type of status to be able for you to submit to it. Mm-hmm. She has to be able to set the bar somewhere.
She's your wife.
She's my wife. She made it this far. She's my wife, so I'm going to respect her to the fullest.
And you got to. If you're not there yet, then you shouldn't be getting married. If you go into... I always tell people, if you have reasons why you would end this relationship with this woman, then you shouldn't get married. There should be nothing. Once you say I do, that's saying that I'm willing to go through whatever with you. Whatever.
Even the past, because sometimes the past come back and haunt you.
That past is a mother, ain't it?
Ooh, boy.
So you gotta be willing, even cheating. Mm-hmm. Even cheating, you gotta be willing to go through whatever. If you're not there yet,
don't do it.
Don't get on your knees and mess up them nice jeans.
But the thing about it, though, you have men out here who do get married, not knowing the difference between love and lust.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine that
a lot of guys don't know what love is.
They don't know. I have a friend of mine that got married, and he said he's been through a lot of women, and he like oral sex. That's just what he's into. That's his happiness. Okay, great. So, at all the women that he dealt with, and I guess all the oral sex he had since he lost his virginity up until the time he got married, no woman was able to make him come off like head. Yeah. And once that happened,
that's a big deal.
That struck something in his brain and said, yo, I love this one. This is the one. I know I'm going to marry her. And he told me, he said, once that happened, I knew I was going to marry her. Mm-hmm. Of course, they're not married right now. They recently, it lasted for 12 years. But
that's
I knew it wasn't going to work when he told me. And when he told me this, they were married at the time. I knew it wasn't going to work.
No.
Because it was love. It was a lust thing. You get what I'm saying? Purely it wasn't physical. Love. He thought it was love.
So when you say lust, that's purely physical.
Physical.
Yeah, purely physical.
It's what the flesh wants, not what the spirit wants.
Oh, so love and lust. Lust is the flesh.
Yes.
Love is the spirit.
Yes, sir.
Put it on them.
Now I got you.
Put them on them.
I got you.
All right.
Now,
Now, the spirit is untamed when it comes to the levels of love. It's untamed.
It's untamed?
Yeah. I heard Music Soul Child give one of the dopest definitions of love.
That's a dope artist, mind you.
He said,
"That's my man."
I never forgot it. I was just vibing to one of his songs one day, and he said, "Love is not just something to do; it's the transition between the physical to a more spiritual understanding."
I got it.
That's deep.
That's deep.
Transition
from the physical to the spiritual,
to a spiritual level of understanding.
Some people don't get to that part though, point, because they get so wrapped up with the physical.
Yeah.
The spiritual don't even have a chance. They don't even make it there. And that's the lust. You get what I'm saying? And that's deep, man. That's
and most breakups are always about the physical.
It is.
It's money.
Yep.
He cheated. She cheated.
Yep.
It's I don't like how you talking to me. You know, we got a gang of women running around now talking about respect. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother conversation. And if you go back to, I'm a spiritual person, so I always think about some of the things that are referred to in the Bible. Mm-hmm. I always refer a lot of things to the Bible
and it's a good thing.
When God said, wives, honor your husbands. And he commanded us to love our wives as Christ loved the church.
Exactly.
So when you go to honor, it's not far. You're not gonna get too far at all with a man if you don't respect him.
That's true.
And with men, because that's one of the hardest things for a woman to do is respect a man. She'll give you her love, but she'll hold back that respect. And one of the hardest things for a man to do is love. Once we love you, it's a big
because reason. You got to look at it two different ways, though. You got the worldly way, and you have the spiritual way. The worldly way, a man, it's like you ask your question, something simple. And this is, it's gonna be all in a nutshell. It's gonna all come together. When you meet somebody, do you trust them, or do you make them earn the trust? That's a question that you ask. When it comes to a woman, a man's not gonna trust a woman, but a woman's not gonna give a man love. The first love a woman's supposed to get from a man is from her father, and if he's not in the picture, he has, issues. Then now it's like a bad seed being planted, and it's going to sprout and it's going to grow. Just like a man. If you don't trust a woman, maybe his mom wasn't the best woman, or maybe he's been through so many different relationships, or a bad marriage, or whatever the case may be. So you have two different things that's growing, and then they come together. How do you find the love into that? You get what I'm saying? Like, you got a tainted woman and you got a tainted man, and they come together and they have sex, and the sex is just great.
Anybody in a relationship, anybody on this earth, if you grow up without your mama or your daddy, both men and women,
right,
you're lacking. You're lacking a lot.
But that's a lot of people though.
And inside of a marriage, but you got to think about that. Inside of a marriage, a psychologist once said that it's 6 people in the marriage. Always. You know why they said that?
Do you know the 6? Because I can't think of 6.
Well, the 6 people in the marriage is the husband and the wife.
Okay, that's 2.
The wife's father, the wife's mother, and the husband's mother,
father,
and father. You know what I mean?
And God ain't nowhere in there though.
No, well, God is.
I'm just asking because it might be 7. Might be 7, and y'all saying 6. I'm just asking.
Yeah. God should always be the center. That's the glue.
Now that you said that, I get where they're coming from. Men used to ask the woman's father, which is for the hand in marriage, can I marry your daughter?
That's meaty right there. Now, okay. So in 2020. Do you have to ask for their hand in marriage?
I will say yes.
Ask?
Yes.
Or have a conversation?
I would still ask because I asked. You get what I'm saying? I didn't get married in 2020, but I asked, and it's like tradition. You get
out of tradition.
Out of tradition.
Out of tradition,
right.
and
now, I don't know what came about to start the tradition, but out of tradition, I was taught like. You know
well, a little bit of history, and I know you know this part. So there was usually some exchange of land and livestock.
Okay, I'm following.
So for me to get your daughter's hand and wife, I got this to offer.
I follow.
Also, the woman usually lived with the father. She didn't work. She lived with the father.
Still daddy's little girl, pretty much.
Right. He provided for her.
Gotcha.
So if I'm going to come take your daughter out on at the minimum of a date, if I just want to spend time with her,
right.
I need to ask your permission because I'm coming to being a man. Mm-hmm. If I step foot in another man's house, I need to ask permission for whatever I'm trying to take out of it or use in this house.
I understand that.
So that was the mindset of a lot of guys back in the day. Most guys back in the day.
In the modern days.
In the modern days, that's now. Mm-hmm. In the modern days, she got her own crib. She worked. She don't live with her parents no more.
Independent.
So she's independent.
So there's no need to ask. Oh,
there's
pops,
no need.
Yeah, right. There's no need.
There's no need, but out of respect.
Out of respect.
I should have at least a conversation with this guy.
Right.
To let him know, cause for the sake, if for nothing else, me and his relationship throughout this thing, I need to let him know that I respect him and I treasure what he put on this earth.
And you're trying to also prove that you're a man and you're going to pick up where Pops left off, pretty much.
Yeah, because now I'm saying it's my turn now to take care of your daughter.
Yeah, you kick your feet up. I got her. She good.
Yeah.
Right. See, I asked my
She my responsibility now.
I asked my wife's father. Well, at the time she was my girlfriend. I asked her dad, "Can I take?"
I've never had a girlfriend.
Never had a girlfriend? Mm-hmm. Oh man, you was a wild boy.
But go ahead. I didn't mean to step on it.
No, it's okay. But I asked my wife's father, "Can I take his daughter's hand in marriage?" And I let him know that I'm a God-fearing man and. You didn't know me, and I didn't know him. And she was living at the house. This is the thing. She was living under the roof. Mm-hmm. Like Dad was everything. She seen Dad do work, marriage moms, work 3 jobs to provide, so forth and so on, protected. He was a provider. He was a lover. He was, what I'm saying? Protector, all that. And
in that case, I see it being necessary.
But the only reason why I did it because I thought that's what you should do if you're serious about a woman, to marry her. I didn't think like for a girlfriend, I'll be like, yo, I want to meet your dad. You know what I'm saying? I want to get his approval if I could take you out and we can have a relationship. Like, I didn't care. You know what I mean? But when it came to, I knew I wanted to marry her, I'm like, well, I have to ask the father. Even if they're not living under the same roof. Even if Dad was no good and not in the picture, I got to find this man and ask this man, can I marry his daughter? This is what I was thinking. So that's what I did. But he didn't take me serious because he didn't know me. He like, who the fuck is this nigga? Everybody want to marry my daughter. She's pretty as hell. You know what I mean? So he took it for a joke. And then he realized, as time went on and we did get engaged and we did get married and had a beautiful, daughter and everything. He seen that I was real with it. You know what I mean?
And that's out of and that made him step up. If I were him, if I was a piss poor father, or not saying that he was, but if I was a piss poor father, even a piss poor father, that would have said to me, I need to step up my levels in fatherhood.
There you go.
Like, I need to make sure I'm involved. He's doing something that I should have did for my child. Like, that'll make me want to be a better father. You know what I mean? Look at myself in the mirror a little different. Like, that's how much this dude respect me. Right. Like, when you give somebody respect, they walk away with, like, head up high, shoulders up.
It makes them feel a different way, man. It makes them feel a different way. In 2020, I don't know if that exists anymore, though.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, even with a lot going on, you wonder why do men want to get married? Like, what's their reason for getting married? Well, is it about? Because I heard some things. I asked, I go in and ask, man. Yo, man, the sex was good, or like I told you about my boy, the head was phenomenal. Then it was like, well, I got her pregnant, so the best thing to do was step up as a man and marry her and make it right.
What?
Don't boo that, man. You can't boo that because they on the right path. They like, well, look,
they
out of wedlock, the kid's already a bastard. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to make it right.
Yeah.
So you gotta give him credit. You gotta give him credit.
Yeah, you gotta step up.
You gotta give him credit. Yeah, step up because as men, a lot of men does not play their position the way they should. But
and we should, and we should, fellas. Like,
right.
There's Bill Russell said something that a lot of people forgot. There is no such thing as other people's children. When you start courting a woman, courtship is important. Dating is when you just trying to have fun, you're trying to get to know somebody, and you just want to get in where you fit in. Mm-hmm. Courtship is saying, I'm a man now, I'm a responsible human being, and I want something substantial in my life.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, I thought dating was just date. Fuck it. We get to know each other, we practicing.
When you think about it now, she got kids. When she got kids, that says that you can't look at those children as, well, they got a daddy.
No, you got to take that, and I don't mean to cut you off, it's a package deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the wife, you got the woman, she has kids, it's a package deal. I'm going to love her and her children are part of her. And if everything was right with her children's father, she will be there. So obviously there's something missing, and she's able to...
And the children are lacking.
Right, they're lacking something, so I'm going to be the man that... Yeah. They should have been getting from their father that's not in the picture, no matter what the reason is.
Once you in my house, you mine.
You mine. I'm going to whoop your ass, nigga. I'm going to tell you hey, what you doing wrong, all
Discipline.
That. Right.
I'm going to nurture you.
Right.
I'm going to provide for you, and I'm going to protect you. But you are my child.
But it was a difference, too. Remember I was talking about, like, different cultures being, you from Florida and your ex-wife was from Philly. Me and my wife were both from New Jersey.
I hate Philly.
Philly,
They cheese steaks and everything. I hate
it
all.
You tell me right now you don't like a Philly cheesesteak, nigga, it's gonna be some problems in here. A cheesesteak, nigga? That was invented in Philly. How you don't like that shit?
Chicken cheesesteak, I like that.
Oh,
I don't eat steak.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's still goddamn cheese. See, I thought we were gonna have to fight in here, man. you a sharp nigga. You on your shit. But yeah, man. But me and my wife, we both from New Jersey, but there's a 12-year difference for one.
12-year difference?
Yeah, it's a 12-year difference.
You got to take a lot of vitamins.
Nah, man,
you
come
need
on,
a
man.
lot of prayer and supplements.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? She keep a nigga young, though, dog. Either two things can happen. She gonna keep me young, or she gonna drain my damn youth. The little bit that I got left.
Yeah.
Right? But it was a difference because I was from the hood. We from the same state, same area. But I was from the hood, and she was from the upper class, the good area. So it's still a difference. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I could say cultural difference too, because I wasn't used to mom and dad in the house. She was.
So you saying all of that should be considered when you're dealing with your mate?
Yeah, because it's just gonna be differences.
Yeah.
Because I can't see marrying a chick from like Louisiana.
How do you feel about this? Was something that I was gonna pose to a group of women because I always hear people say, well, you shouldn't have certain conversations in front of kids, like arguments and disagreements and stuff like that.
That's true.
But when they grow up, if you sheltered them away from arguments and they don't see y'all argue in the bedroom, have y'all fights in the bedroom, and then they don't, not only do they not see that, they don't see y'all make up. They don't see y'all agree to disagree or compromise on certain things or agree to certain things.
Can't hide nothing from kids this day and age.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so in any age. Yeah. Because if you don't show them how to have arguments, they're gonna grow up in this world without that.
Yeah.
They don't know how to disagree with somebody.
It's funny you say that because when you in the household with, dad, mom, kids, the siblings and everything, It's certain things you must do. I got a 1-year-old. My wife is pregnant again, right? Yeah, well. But, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But my 1-year-old, she's a girl.
I might not push that button no more. That's
Man,
a long
look, I deserve that because that means something's still working. Okay?
Yeah.
But, you know, I got a 1-year-old, a little daughter, Honesty Adore, I named her. And when I walk by mom, she see me smack mom on the ass. And then I got a 4-year-old. He's a boy. He see me smack mom on the ass, right? So I'm showing them like, yo, this is how it's supposed to be. Like, it ain't no another woman slapping mom on the ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing that to my 1-year-old and my 4-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they need to see the romance.
They need to see that, but you can't block a lot of stuff out. You know what I mean? And us being married, that covenant that we make with God, I try to stick to the script.
Yeah.
I try to stick to the script on how it's supposed to be. I try to play my position as a man and try to lead her on playing her position as a woman because she's supposed to follow my lead. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
that's the responsibility of a man in marriage. Like, you got to be okay with leadership.
Yeah.
If you can't be one of them lackadaisical dudes that whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whatever you feel like doing. It ain't that you need to. Leadership is not controlling your woman.
It's not.
It's not saying, do what I say. That's not leadership. Leadership is CEO. CEO of the household.
There you go.
CEO means that I'm not a dictator. It's saying that I'm in charge of the well-being of my household.
Right. But as
my family.
But as a CEO, you're going to have positions that people get.
Yeah.
Right?
And you got to play people at their strengths
right. There you
and
go.
at their weaknesses.
Right. And, you know, that's why I'm scared with these young brothers now in 2020 when they get married. If they don't know
that's good
what it's about, and the thing I'm going to tell you is, you know, when you look up marriage, you see what it's about, what it's for, you know, and how that helps grow because you're trying to build God's empire for one.
Right.
That's what you're trying to do. It's a covenant that you make with God.
Marriage is the first ministry.
Right. And if you're not a man and you can't take on that leadership like you said, you shouldn't even think about marriage.
But it's hard for a guy to do that if he never seen. The first time I put a faucet in my kitchen, I was struggling. I was thinking about, I felt so insecure when I was doing that. You know, when you don't have that male in your life to show you certain things, every time you do things that are quote unquote male things, man stuff.
A man's supposed to do.
Yeah. When you don't have that, it's a struggle in those areas. But the way I dealt with those things, I embraced all of those challenges.
Wow.
You got to embrace that stuff.
Because I don't mean to cut you off. I had a problem with that. I had to put these beds together last week for my children, right? Sleigh beds. They could be bunk beds or sleigh beds. And my wife, it hurt me though, you know what I'm saying? But I had to take it on the chin. She's like, babe, we gotta go pick up these beds and everything, you know. But you're gonna have to put them together, and I know that's not what you know, you're good at putting stuff like that together, you know. So maybe I should call somebody. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, to your house.
Yeah.
To your
Ain't
castle.
no other nigga coming to my castle with a goddamn thing. You hear me?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. It take me 3 days. This shit getting done by me.
Yeah.
All right?
Especially when your woman said it's different if you would have thought, I don't want to deal with it.
I don't want to deal with it.
I'm going to call somebody.
I'm tired. Let me call my man. Yeah. She like, look, babe, I know you're not good with that, so I think I should call somebody.
She identified that weakness.
Yeah. And like you said, you know, you embraced it. I couldn't embrace that shit. So
but I had my daughter in the house looking at me like, you can't do it.
That's like you're kicked in the nuts.
Yeah.
That's like a nut shot.
Do it. It's like, hey, man, yeah, I can do it. I did this 100 times before. I always do this.
Right.
Man, I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Me either, man. You know how long it took me?
I didn't even know faucets cost so much.
Shit, you took my faucet, nigga. Shit, I would have took my wife's advice. Yeah, go ahead and call the nigga, man, because I don't know what I'm doing. But these beds, I'm like, I could get this shit done. Still couldn't do it, right? While I'm calling my brother. She like, oh, he did it quick. He lined up the... I'm like, yeah, okay. We did it together, though. You know what I'm saying? I called them, though. You ain't called them. Nigga, I called them.
The boy in you wants to accept that, guys. Mm-hmm. The boy in you wants to go ahead and admit defeat and say, you know what, I'm going to bow out. Mm-hmm. The man in you should always embrace challenges. Yeah. And challenges ain't nothing but growth.
It's growth.
That's all it is.
Because anything easy is really not a challenge. And as a man, as you get older, you like challenges. You embrace those things. Mm-hmm. Just because somebody say you can't do it, you're like, man, that makes you want to do it even more.
Especially somebody you love and respect.
Yeah, right.
When you love and respect your wife, and she says something, and she identifies something that's in the body of you, that's inside of you, like, hey, I don't think my baby can do it.
Right.
So I'm going to try to get him some help.
And that goes with marrying the right person, too. Yeah. Because men, should they get married in 2020? Shouldn't they get married? Or if they are getting married, what are they getting married for? You know, you got to think about it as a man. Okay, I'm out here, but if I get paralyzed from the neck down, the chick that I married, is she going to bail on me? Yeah. Is she going to wash me up? Is she going to feed me? Is she going to bail on me? You know what I'm saying? I can't sex her like I used to. Like, is she going to stand there for that? You know what I mean?
That goes back to what you said initially. There's the physical stuff, and then there's spirit. There's the physical love, and that's really lust. But spiritually,
that's love.
Are we in union with each other?
And you said something too. Physically, is the lust thing.
Yeah.
When it's spiritual, it's the love thing. What God gave us to create.
And breaking down the physical is not just sex.
It's not.
It's can I work? You know what I mean? Not just can I hit it from the back as you illustrated for us.
Yeah.
But
because I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to step on your toes at all. Because you can have everything right now. The married men, the single men. Just look at it. If I take the sex away, what do I have?
Yeah. If I take the job away,
what do I have?
What do I have?
What do I have?
Is she still gonna be there?
She's still gonna be there. So you gotta, measure it, evaluate it, whatever you want to do, but ask these questions before you make that decision.
And definitely pray on it.
Without God, is nothing. Nothing gonna work without God.
Nothing at all.
How you gonna try to do what God wants? Marry someone and build His kingdom. This covenant that you make with you and God with marriage, but you want to marry somebody.
Yes.
But not
the Trinity of marriage.
But not do the rest of the stuff. Like you just can't just pick and choose what you're gonna do with the marriage. Yeah. Like I got a partner right now. He's married, they happy, but they like to bring other people into their bedroom. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not for me. That's for him. That's not for me.
That's their marriage.
That's their marriage, though. You get what I'm saying? Is it pleasing? See,
is it pleasing to God?
Pleasing to God. But see, the only thing is too.
Boy, you preach.
Sometimes you gotta ask. Is it pleasing to the Holy Spirit? Yes. Because even when you laying down, having sex with your wife, you're not trying to make a baby. Or you might be trying to make a baby, but you're not going to bring that into... The Holy Spirit not going to tell your wife, they making a porno. Fuck me, oh shit, put it in my ass. And this is not pleasing to the Holy Spirit. He's not going to leave you to say nothing like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So...
That was colorful, but go ahead.
You see that?
Yeah.
I'm bringing y'all into my life, man. I need to stop this shit. It's none of y'all dead business what's going on in my goddamn boom boom room. In my damn boom boom room. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm scarred. I'm scarred. I have feelings.
That's cool. But young men that's on the right path that want to get married in 2020, man, just make sure everything is right. Make sure you have a relationship with God.
Make sure you're right.
Because if you have a relationship with God, you're going to be right. It's going to line up. Yeah. It's going to line up. But like you said, make sure you're right, too. Because if you have some things that you need to clean up in your backyard, clean it up first. Yeah. Clean it up first. And that's what making sure it's, you're right.
And that's the problem. That's the issue I have with dating. That you run into a lot of broken women.
Oh, you're going to. Yeah.
And that's a task. Because even if you're a broken man, you definitely have to, and reverting that back to us. My biggest problem with dealing with broken women is that before you jumped off the bench and tried to join the team, before you came to tryout,
right,
you didn't evaluate your capabilities in this sport.
Yeah, you think you're gonna be a center and you're supposed to be a point guard, or vice versa.
Or You didn't say, hey, I don't even know how to play this game.
Yeah, maybe I should just be a fan.
Yeah.
And cheer.
Be a fan until you're ready for the responsibility of this relationship.
Right.
You can't be out here half-assing it when it comes to marriage.
You can't.
You have to actually be ready within yourself. You can't evaluate. You can't. I had one thing my sister asked me before I got married, and it's shameful that it wasn't a man, because I talked to a lot of dudes before I got married the first time. And one of the things I remember the most when I got a divorce is that it was only one person that asked me something. Mm-hmm. And that was so influential in my life that I never forgot it. It ain't about, because I was always like, she asked me, why do you want to get married? Why do you want to marry her? Right. And I was like, well, she does this, she does that, and she got this going on and stuff like that. I was purely thinking about what she was bringing to the relationship. And marriage is about what you bring to how you feel. Yeah. How do I feel about her? Right. She love you. She want to be with you. Mm-hmm. But you don't want to be. You don't feel the same way about her, and you gotta find somewhere in yourself that you understand that it's more so about if you're going to make this decision. Sorry for bumbling on my words, but if you want to get married, that should be purely about how you feel about this woman. It shouldn't be about what they do for you, what the benefits of marrying them is or are. What are the benefits of marrying them? You should be thinking about what you bring to the table. What are you able to provide for this woman? What are you able to give to this woman inside yourself? Like, you got to consider these feelings. And for me, that's the biggest part of my decision making now. Like, I want to be a blessing to you. I want you to be at work having the water cooler conversations or be on lunch break bragging about the flowers I sent you, bragging about how well I take care of you and provide for you when you're home with me. If you don't have that in you, and far as I think, you know what I mean? And I can't be wrong. Y'all let us know what y'all think about marriage. How do y'all view marriage? Is it important in 2020? Do you think a man should still be getting on his knees, thinking about marriage and thinking about commitment? You know, not just that girlfriend, boyfriend stuff. You know what I mean? My boy back from the restroom. I know y'all tired of hearing me talk.
Hey man,
but I
heard everything you said. I heard. Don't play with me.
I had to tell him that you had left me out here. That's why I was like, what did I say to these people?
You can do this shit without me, man. I'm about to let you go to the bathroom. No, I'm gonna carry this shit.
That shows you just how important you are.
Oh, damn! Thank you.
I need you here, bro.
I feel important.
I need you here.
But back to you saying that commitment, man.
Yeah, control your bladder.
I know, man. I gotta stop. But the commitment is to.
I want to fill you in on what I said when you walked away, though.
I was listening, but go ahead.
Oh, you heard me?
I was listening because I'm like,
the part about the water cooler. Like, if you don't feel like, you ain't got your wife bragging about you at work.
The analogies, man. But go ahead.
No, the water cooler conversation that women have at work.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? When they on break,
yeah.
When they grabbing the drink, it's a sip of water real quick,
right?
And they talking about their man, not just their problems. But they talking about their man, because most people just talking about their problems on work.
Yeah.
I want my wife to be the one that come to work smiling like, yo.
Like everything's good at home.
Yeah. Like, it ain't got to be perfect. Good don't mean perfect.
It don't.
A lot of people think good mean perfect.
No, hell no.
Ain't nothing ever perfect,
Nothing
man.
Perfect, man.
You dealing with a whole nother human being that didn't grow up in your house, didn't come from the same place you came from,
right?
That didn't have your experiences. There's nothing going to be perfect about that.
Nothing at all, man.
That's Martin and Gina all day.
All day. All day. And, relationships are fun, though. Y'all just got to understand when you're picking this person, these men, when you're picking a person to marry, you got to outweigh and think about everything. Everything as far as like I told you before, I'm like, I can't marry anybody from like New Orleans or Louisiana. Like, I like fried chicken. You ain't gonna come to the table to my tonight is fried frog legs and shit. That ain't happening. Like, I'm not used to that type of shit.
Everybody in New Orleans don't eat no frog legs.
I'm just
just 99% of them.
But we ain't doing frog legs. Like, we not doing none of that bull. Like, nah, ain't no turtle soup. I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is just snapping turtle, so this got a little spice. Like, I don't need that. Yeah. Nah, this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? But for the men that's thinking about it, though, I do take my hat off to them as far as getting married in 2020 with everything that's going on. And there's a lot of broken women out there, like there's a lot of broken men. So to love somebody that much that you're willing to spend the rest of your life with them and do God's will and build that covenant and try to do God's will to get married, I mean, that's a good thing. But don't get married to the wrong person, because like we discussed before, it's like being in prison, man.
And even outside of taking God outside of that, like outside of God, marriage is still beneficial. You got all types of benefits to being married.
Trump hooked me up with my taxes too, or just with me being married, but we didn't talk about that.
That's important.
It is. Finances is definitely important in a marriage, right?
You know what I mean? The benefit that the kids have growing up with both parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a 2-parent household is beneficial.
Because
you have more than 2 eyes. You got 4
eyes. Being a child from a separated home, nobody that had mom and dad there under the roof, when you wake up and you see mom and dad and they're married and all that, and then you marry somebody that came from a single family home, that's going to be differences within itself too.
Yeah.
Because a person that had mom and dad there would never understand what it was to go through, coming up in a separated home.
Yeah.
A broken home. So, you gotta weigh all your options. You know what I mean? And it could be tough. It could definitely be tough. But you look at the positive thing with marriage. You look at, can I grow with this person? Can I build with this person? Yeah. I'm already doing what I'm supposed to do with God, so it's pleasing to Him. You know what I mean?
To quote Tupac, if it'll help our child grow,
there we go.
Then together we die.
Right.
That's about family. That's not about me. That's not about her. It's not just about the kids.
It's not a selfish thing at all.
It's just about.
And as a man, you should know that. You should know that's not, being married is not going to be selfish.
50 to 75% of black households, black marriages, end in divorce.
That's a high number. That's a high ratio.
That's
and
it's very high.
But it's true. It's true. And why do you think it's that? Why do you think it's that?
And I gave it that broad, that 25% differential, because I don't know the exact number. But
why do you think it's that high?
Why do I think it's that high?
Right.
Conditioning. It goes back to some of the subjects that we covered before. It's conditioning of black people in this country, in this world. We're always pitted against each other. And you got to address the elephant in the room. We don't talk about that enough. You got media, you got social media, you got music. I've never listened to any other white bands I listen to. I listen to white bands. Don't judge me. I've never listened to a song.
I listen to Green Day.
Slipknot. Day Dookie.
Huh?
Yeah.
Papa Roach. I'm into that. Fall Out Boys.
I'm Aerosmith.
Ooh, I forgot about them. Give me some.
I like you too. Yeah. I think.
And what do they talk about in music? They don't talk about this.
I think Bruce Springsteen is still dope. But at the same time, I've never heard none of them talk about how horrible their women are.
Never.
And we turn on the radio at any given time. It's a song.
What you do to me. Oh, what you do to me.
You just gonna
but she broke his heart. And he still didn't kick her back in.
He ain't call her a hoe.
He didn't
call her the
exactly.
B-word.
That's my point.
He ain't call her He ain't
calling none of Delilah.
He ain't disrespect none of that.
She broke his heart, and he still didn't disrespect that woman.
But at any given time, like I was saying, you can turn on the radio to any kind of hip hop and R&B. And what today's R&B is,
it's rap now. It's just crazy, right? It's like a whole different genre.
They don't even sing.
They got their own thing.
But they all down rating their women.
They do.
They all disrespecting their women.
But the women that's rapping too, they downgrading men.
I mean, you see that on just open Facebook, and that's what we doing anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You got to be a savage.
Savage.
You know what a savage is? A savage
Nasty,
is just
bougie, ratchet.
Yeah.
Okay. But,
and you know what a savage is?
Yeah.
Like they don't take no prisoners.
Yeah.
Like why are our women that? Why are our men that?
But I want that old school love, man. I want like what grandma and granddad had, like celebrating 60 years of wedding anniversary. Like I want that. Like that's what I want. Like grandma and granddad, you know they didn't see eye to eye all the time, but you never heard them argue. You never heard them disrespect grandma. You never heard grandma talk bad about granddad. Like this is me,
I
my
wish I
life.
heard them argue. I think we needed to hear them argue.
Yeah, but yeah and no. Because you know why? People argue in front of their children all the time. That's going to make kids choose mom or dad. It's going to be a separation. See, when granddad got mad at grandma, they didn't argue. Like, nigga, what they was arguing is silent when kids went to sleep? Like, what they mouth reading and shit?
I think they disrespect each other in front of their children. I don't think they really have arguments and disagreements.
This day and age.
This day and age.
Yeah, they disrespect to the fullest.
Years,
yes. They disrespect each other. They break each other down in front of the kids. And the kids think this is what you're supposed to do. And now when they grow up and we talking marriage, what do they have to look forward to? They think the stuff that they seen at home is right. And it's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's a cycle, bro.
And they don't really, and it's always one-sided though.
One-sided though.
And I think we need to be more transparent about our relationships. We need to be more vulnerable with those relationships because our job as parents is to show them all angles. It ain't just they disappointed me. It ain't that they just they hurt me. They cheated on me. It ain't just that.
You said something, man, that hit home. You said you wanted to give your daughter something that you didn't have, and you wanted her to have a better life.
I made an attempt.
You made an attempt, and I made the same attempt, but you was raising a female, and I was raising a male. And I wanted him to be better than me, go further than me, be smarter than me, have more money than me, drive a better car than me. I wanted him to have a better relationship with God than I had. Like, I wanted everything for him. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what? I know where I messed up at, though. But when I got married, my intention was he's going to have a mom.
Yeah. He's
going to finally have a mom and have love from a woman that he don't know what it feels like, because I was raising a tough, hard-headed man. Like, you the king of the castle. You ain't taking no shorts. It's me and you. Can't a woman tell you nothing. So now it's like,
that's that toxic masculinity.
It was. It was toxic, though, because when he had his first girlfriend, I hear him talking to her crazy. I'm in another room. He's like, you heard what I said? Don't make me tell you again. I'm like, whoa.
Talking to her like she a child.
This ain't how you talk to a woman, bro. But he never seen me interact with a woman like my wife. Get what I'm saying? With the love and the respect, compromise, and me being submissive. Yeah. He never seen that. Yeah. He never seen me submit to no woman but my wife.
Right.
But then it was like, did I wait too late to get married, though? You know what I mean?
That's how I feel now.
I feel like I waited too late to get married.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's hard to correct somebody. Because you thinking it's 16, 17 years that your child been subjected to how you deal with women. And now you're trying to, the last few years you got of them in your household.
Right.
Now you're trying to interject something that they need.
But it's foreign to them by this point.
Yeah, it's foreign.
It's foreign to them. It's like taking them to, dropping them off in Japan. Yeah. And nobody speak English. You know what I mean?
It's just like dealing with a crackhead.
But you know what I mean? I commend you because you tried and you knew what was right and you tried to do the right thing as a man. From
some of the elements of that, yeah.
But we're talking the basics, though. The whole reason why you wanted to get married. That's the basic.
That's the basic.
You tried. So I got to take my hat off to you because it's dudes out there that's like, I got a baby, but me and mom got in an argument, and she said some hurtful things, saying the baby might not be mine, man. Fuck that bitch, and I'm out.
That came from a broken place, though. That's why I say there's some missing elements in that.
Okay.
You know, I came from a broken household. Mom been married 3 times. My dad been married 7, 8 times.
Yeah, he got money, huh? That marriage shit, that shit costs.
A lot of times that's why he was getting married.
Oh.
You know, because they had money.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I came from a place where I wanted to, my whole motivation was correction. And I stepped into a marriage without dealing with me first. I came into the marriage broken, and I was judging her like she broken, but I'm not looking at myself like I was broken.
Right.
I'm looking, my origin is broken pieces.
Yeah.
I didn't have everything I need. I didn't have everything I wanted. I didn't have everything that was necessary for me to even view a marriage the way that I was supposed to.
Right.
There was no romance. There was no romance. There was no love.
You heard what I said. I said I was trying to prepare myself to being a better man, better husband, and all this even before I got married. And guess what?
Right.
I still was broken.
Yeah.
I missed some things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I missed a lot of things. And I'm like, well, God, if you brought me this far to love this woman, to want to marry her, and not look at no other woman and people no other woman, and start from here, then anything that I'm missing, you can repair for me. You get what I'm saying? But it's not that easy. You get what I'm saying? Because we're gonna have our differences.
No.
She say, you go to the store, you got wandering eyes. I'm like, man, I've been looking at women my whole life. Yeah. Right? It's hard to see some shit and not look, right?
Yeah.
But to her, that was so disrespectful. And I had to understand, like, that's that part of being submissive. I had to submit. Yeah. I can't do this no more.
You had to respect her.
I had to respect her. I had to respect her. But as long as I can remember, whether I was in a relationship or not, I'm looking at women because a man is supposed to look at a woman.
I've never known her. Before I got married, I never was around a faithful man. I never was around a man that only had eyes for his wife. You know what I mean?
So that's pretty much how you was taught. You was taught something.
I was taught that the best way to get over a woman was on top of another.
But you know how I was taught? Similar. Motherfucker told me, like, I found something that's better than pussy. An old head. Right? I found something that's better than pussy. Y'all niggas learning my pussy, nigga. That's fucking up y'all lives. I found something that's better than pussy. I said, what, money? He said, hell no, man. He said, you still, I'm trying to give you the game. He said, I got something that's better than pussy. I said, well, what is it? Because I need to know. Because this shit got me in the headlock. He said, some new pussy. I said, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I said, oh, shit. But that's how these niggas think. Like, if you have the generation right now, they will think like
our generation included.
An old head that was lost anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And now you breed motherfuckers like this.
That's why you got these old dudes like, man, you too young. I'm 30 years old, divorced. And I got a dude talking to me, telling me I'm too young to get married. Wait till I get married. Wait
to what?
How long do you think we live on this earth, man? The average human dies between 55 and 75.
So you want to wait for you to wait to get diabetes, have a bad hip, your dick don't get hard, you can't hardly see, your vision is fucked up. So
I drunk the Kool-Aid though. I drunk the Kool-Aid thinking I had plenty of time. Yeah. And now being out here 40 years old trying to date,
it's kind of crazy. But
you dealing with broken people.
And that's the thing though. It's gonna be hard because you went through there. You went through your trials and your tribulations, and you like, all right, I'm attacking this with a different mindset. Yeah. But the person that you dating hasn't been through that yet, so it's still like it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you because you're looking at these people like, look at all these fucked up people. Like, this is what I got to choose from. Yeah. And then now I'm looking for my grandmother and shit.
And when I got serious about looking for a wife, I still was broken. So I was looking at them with judgment, analytical, you know what I mean? Breaking them down before we even got to a point where we even knew if we liked each other or not. I was breaking them down before all of that.
Same thing.
Yeah, and you're not gonna get nowhere from that.
And
you got to get to know somebody.
You got to get to. I
and allow them to get to know you. Go ahead.
I didn't break them down though. Well, you know what? You told me it's breaking. I didn't think I was breaking them down, but I was. I was setting the bar so high that it was breaking them down because they're like, I can't meet that shit. No. Because I'm like, well, the last woman was alcoholic. You drink, I can't fuck with you. Yeah. The one before that, she's smoking weed. Check it out. Yeah. Now, we set. She making 60,000. I'm making 80. Our lifestyle is great. She get a random drug test. She fell and lose her job. Now it's all on me. Now we got to start demoting and shit.
Now she a burden.
She a burden now. And now, instead of having 2 new cars, one got to go. Now we got to go to a smaller crib because everything's on me. So I said, I ain't dating a chick that smoke weed. Now I go to another chick, she a clubber. She went to club, this and third. And then that ain't work out. So now it's like my wife, she's sitting there like, now, not even my wife, when I was doing, the process of elimination, chicks was like, nigga, you asking for 2 months? Like, I can't smoke. I can't drink. I can't go out. I can't, you know what I mean? I'm like.
But, some of those things are.
But it was breaking them down, though, because now it's like.
I don't want to
even though I didn't choose that one, how was she looking at the next man, though? Mm-hmm. Because she's basing it off of me. Yeah. I had her, the bar so high, and I broke her down because she couldn't meet this shit. Now, the next dude, it's like, he got some work to do. She's not giving him a chance. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, you got to give people a chance,
right?
And realize that we all human.
Yeah.
And that's something that I have to say to myself every time I go on a date. That I'm not looking
you
at
still
you
date, man?
I have to. I have to date find somebody to court.
Because
Because I want to get married.
But you got to think about it too, man. People are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right?
I don't need the seasons no more.
You've been through the seasons, but still.
I don't need that.
But you're going to have to test that to see if this chick that you dating, is she going to be here for the season or she just for a reason? So you want somebody that's going to be in your life for a lifetime, that you feel is a lifetime.
You got to find somebody that's tired of the games.
So you want somebody that's been around the block. So
not necessarily been
come
around
on,
the
man.
block.
You got to have some chick that has some different type of dicks out there. She had the hook. She done had the little schmeat, the small, the king dingaling. No. She had to have all that.
No.
Come on, man.
One thing that I think is necessary.
This nigga looking for a virgin.
One thing that's necessary for me, that when I'm looking for a wife, is she got to be somebody that, she got to be aligned with God. That's
the first. Oh my God. Let me dap you up to that. That's the first. That's the most important thing right there.
Yeah, she got to be there. She got to have some sort of relationship spiritually.
You know Muslim?
Would I date one?
I'm saying you dating to get ready because you need a wife. So in the process of this dating, you come across a Muslim. Y'all still dating? You trying to see if this the one?
Well, they're not allowed to date non-Muslims. Women aren't, but the men can.
But it's 2020, man. You get all kind of shit. You got a woman that's out there that's a Muslim.
I wouldn't respect her if she did.
If she dated you?
Yeah, I wouldn't respect her. But she's not being true to what she says she is. So
I respect that.
Yeah, so I would decline on that.
What, atheist? Was you the atheist?
I've tried that before too.
It ain't work.
And because at the end of the day, I run my ship a certain way, and you got to be willing to accept how I am and how I run my house.
Oh, so she was a real atheist. She wasn't like trying to submit or nothing. She was like, "Fuck that, nigga. You talking this God shit? You want some bullshit, nigga? You want some of this cookie, nigga? You got to say God was
first of all,
created."
I like to say any woman that uses that type of language ain't welcome in my house.
I'm just okay. I understand. See, I'm in the streets with it though.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying that's how you talking. But in reference to who you saying, I don't want to deal with a woman that has no foundation at all.
I respect that too.
I can't deal with that.
What about the torn woman? I'm pretty sure you came across that. You're not equally yoked until y'all get married, because she can be here and you can be up here, or you can be here and she can be up here. And once y'all get married, that's gonna make y'all equal. So
you got to go into that with that though. You can't go into a marriage thinking that if she been telling you for the last 3 months, however soon you get married, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5,
right?
If she been telling you the whole time, I don't mess with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mess with Christmas. I don't mess with. I like to drink. I like to party.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do this. And suddenly,
I like Ciroc in my. Go ahead.
And then you say I do, and then you expect this person that hasn't been none of that, none of which what you want in your wife,
Right.
to quickly transition into what you want in your wife. You're a fool.
Okay. You're
a
right.
fool.
But check this out, right? I like that you said that because you're told your whole life that God can work miracles.
Yeah.
He'll make your enemy your footstool. There's nothing that God can't do, so don't underestimate him. So now I got this woman that's not right, and I want to do right. God should be able to change this woman.
When she's ready for that, though.
What do you mean when
When she's ready.
When she's ready. But God still has the power, whether He send it in a dream, give her a real life experience, to be the woman that you want her to be.
Mm-hmm. But she gotta want to be that. Now
I get that.
That's nice and cute when you in your 20s and when you in your teens.
Yeah. But
when I walk through this door this time around, at my age, I need her to be somewhat what I'm attracted to that, a spiritual woman. I'm attracted to a woman that thinks about forever, longevity, commitment. I'm attracted to that.
So do you still want to test drive it, or do you got to wait till you get married?
You should wait till you get married.
So whenever you wait till you get married, and then boom, the cookie.
Well, that's the task that we set up when we start walking outside.
So you shouldn't test drive nothing.
No.
So I want to go.
That's the confusion that we have when we get married. I mean, when we sleeping with all these different women.
So I want to go get this new Benz 2021. This shit's supposed to be like 61,000. This shit is shit. And I go to the dealership. I'm supposed to just smack cash down and just take the car.
Yeah.
I'm not even supposed to, like, let me see how they handle corners. Let me see if it even crank up. Let me lift up the hood, see if the motherfucker got an engine.
Yeah.
This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to come to my wife.
No, you check it out. You check the car out. Make sure it's working the way it's supposed to be
I'm
working.
staying with my wife because, like, I got this shit called a book called The Praying Wife and The Praying Husband. And it lets us know in The Praying Husband that the wife is like a car. She needs oil, she needs gas, she needs tune-up, she needs rotate tires, she needs this, that, and third. Which is true. I agree. But you can't tell me I can't test drive this motherfucker, man. If I'm about to make this biggest purchase right here, it can make me, break me, or
but
it's an investment. It's an investment.
If we were what we were supposed to be going into a relationship, if we all had no sense of sex.
Oh, yeah.
If we walked into it like that, we don't know.
Because we didn't say take sex out the equation.
We don't know the difference between a Benz and a Kia.
There we go. You right.
You know what I mean?
I can agree with that. I definitely can agree with that.
That's if we were doing things properly. But
as men, though.
But women, too. If we have done what we're supposed to do, then we get what we dreaming about, what we fantasizing about, that this is going to be the best ever. Because I don't have nothing to compare it to.
You have to have something, though.
No, you don't have to.
Because if you've seen a bunch of broken things, if you've seen a bunch of, you said you've seen no faithful men in your life, how are you going to know what to be faithful? How are you going to know how to be faithful? What faithful is? You get what I'm saying?
Even a baby has allegiance. A baby recognizes what's good. A baby. A baby will tell you what that they know that when mama and daddy come bring the diapers and when they bring the milk, they feed me, they clothing me, they keep me clean. The baby knows that you care about me.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
2020, do you think these relationships that a man decided to get married in 2020, you think that'll work? You think that
if he's a man,
but we talking this day and age that we got the music, we got the social media, we got a young man right now, 21, 22 right now, feeling that he has a woman that he loves that he wants to marry.
He has to actually love her. Like I said earlier, if you have things that she can do that will make you leave her, you're not ready for marriage with her. You're not ready for marriage, period.
You could
in
be
my
married.
opinion.
You could be married for 30 years. But, well, you know what? You can date somebody for 1,000,000 years. You're not gonna know them until you live under the same roof, and they still gonna hide shit.
So you're
right?
saying you should live with somebody before you get married?
I'm not saying that. I'm just letting you know. It's gonna take some time and some hard work to get to know that who you are with and who you're married.
You don't get married. You don't date to get married. You marry to date. That's
dope.
To me,
I never heard that before, but that's dope.
To me, that's the process of. That's what I believe in my heart. I believe. Now, it's not saying that everybody's got to do it that way. I'm saying it's strictly on my opinion and what I gathered from what my faith is
right.
and what my belief system is that it works out better that way.
That's dope.
That you don't have to go through all these test runs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now that I'm older,
but we done
I understand.
Though.
Yeah, I've done it. I don't want to come off like I'm perfect,
right?
Because I have 3 children. I have 3 children, and I've only been married once, and none of them have the same mother.
You sound like me.
But you know,
I have 3. I'm going on number 4, but I'm married this time. My last 2, I'm married.
Right. I'm just saying for the purpose that I'm not trying to sound perfect.
Right. But the young dudes out here, they don't have, like, to be honest with you, there's no more positive role models and positive leaders for people to look at. Like, when you look at Martin Luther King, he had Coretta. Look at Barack, he had Michelle. Every king had his queen, pretty much. And you don't see that no more.
There are no successful men because we don't learn from history. We've forgotten about that. There are no men in history that I respect
that was successful,
that didn't have a
woman. There you go. Talk to him, man. See, that's the kind of shit I like to hear from you.
And
man.
even if you look at
you better stop this college shit.
Like
I know you smart, man.
You mentioned even in the modern era,
mm-hmm.
there are few and far between.
Right.
Barack, Michelle. Mm-hmm. You know, even Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Even this idiot. You know, you got all the men that do their thing. Even the ones that are not married and are successful.
What about Umar Johnson? Don't talk about him again. Don't talk about my man again. I shot it out there, nigga. I'm trying to see if you still remember, nigga. From last week. Nah, don't play with me. Umar Johnson, smart nigga, man.
Who?
Umar Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What about him? He ain't got no wife. He making stuff happen. What you said, Frederick Douglass School he put up? Come on. Talk about it.
Even if you are semi or somewhat successful
mm-hmm.
in this life, it'll be amplified with a wife. You know, he blesses marriages.
Yo, I like that shit, man. I like what you said because when you look at it, there is, for every successful man, there was a woman that backed him up. He had in his corner.
Yeah. And not saying that he's strictly...
That's dope.
He wouldn't be a man without a woman. It's saying
I think you can't go but so far without a woman. This is my opinion.
It's a cap because you got so many responsibilities. Like myself, I have so many responsibilities just being me. I got a lord over my wife. Lord over my house.
Right.
I got a lord over my daughter. I got to pay attention to her personal hygiene, school. I got to
go make the
activities.
Money.
I got to, and that's just with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to work.
Right.
I got to make sure food's still on the table every night. I got to make sure grocery shopping is done. I got to make sure the house is clean.
Still got to have your time with God. Add that.
I got to make sure everything is covered by myself.
By yourself.
Now, if I had a wife, it wouldn't feel so much like the brick.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That you was talking about.
The book bag full of bricks.
24 hours in a day, right? And it's just you.
It's just me.
It's just you.
That's
so
not
you
enough
need
time.
Right. It's not enough. Right.
It's
That's
not
what I was
enough.
getting at. I get it.
If I can get done
way.
everything I need to do this week or today by myself, I don't need 24 hours ain't enough. I need more time.
Exactly. Right.
That's why God gave Adam and Eve.
Right. I get that.
You know, he needed something. He needed a helpmate.
Now, when we talk about marriage, should a black man get married? I don't want to take it and leave anybody out, but you got black men and men that want to marry the same sex, and they're sitting here and they're going to listen to this podcast and think that everything that we talked about, they're going to try to put that in to their decision. What do you say to those people?
I don't say anything. I don't know that realm. You know, I have family members that are gay and lesbian. I don't have a lot to offer to that situation.
All right.
I'm here speaking for heterosexual men because we don't have platforms that allow us to speak our minds.
Thank you. And I didn't want to throw you off with that question.
You did not. You did not.
Be sharp. Be sharp on your shit.
You did not.
We're talking about why do men still want to get married, and why do they want to get married in 2020? Why men get married. All that's going to be all in the same. When you listen to this, you're going to think about marriage, period. As a man, what do you look for? Do you want to still get married?
Yeah. So with that being said, guys, y'all let us know y'all thoughts.
Comments.
Y'all help us expound on this conversation. Hashtag Cut Different. Cut Different on all platforms.
All platforms.
All platforms. You got us on Spotify, YouTube. You can send
Facebook,
us a message.
Instagram.
Yeah, you can send us a message on all those platforms. I appreciate y'all for giving us this time. Y'all could have gave an hour and almost 20 minutes with. Y'all could have spent this time with anybody. Yep. And I appreciate y'all for spending this time with us. Let us know what y'all think.
There you go.
Like, comment, share, please. And let's keep this thing going.
And still remember, it's COVID, the pandemic, so still do what you need to do to stay safe. And I encourage everybody to go out there and exercise their rights to vote. This is Haz Almighty talking. I'm signing off with my big bro G. And we love you.
Cut Different.